Hi Community of Awesome, I'm Ava J and this is Bookish Pixie. So unless you've lived under a rock for the past couple of years, you've probably noticed there have been a lot of successful book-to-screen adaptations. From Harry Potter to Divergent to The Fault in Our Stars to The Hunger Games, there have been a lot out there. And so, unsurprisingly, there's also been a lot of discussion about whether book-to-screen adaptations are really a good thing. I, for example, saw a Tumblr post recently basically showing Rick Riordan's distaste for his Percy Jackson series adaptations. And it got me thinking about whether or not book-to-screen adaptations are usually a good thing. Personally, I love movies almost as much as I love books, so seeing book-to-screen adaptations usually makes me pretty excited. That being said, there are examples of adaptations that have gone horribly wrong. I'm not going to name names. Aragon. But you know what I'm talking about. I often see, especially among the bookish community, people walking out of adaptations feeling generally disappointed. I think the reason, however, that a lot of times this happens is because people sometimes have the expectation of the movie being exactly like the book. And to be honest, that's not really a fair expectation to put on a movie. Here's the thing, books and movies are two totally different mediums, and if they're treated the same way, one of them is going to be really bad. Movies, for example, can usually only be roughly 2 to 3 hours long, and usually that's more on the 2 side. So if you go into a movie expecting to see every little detail and scene that you saw in the book, it's not gonna happen. What I generally look for when I see adaptations is that the movie holds on to the essence of the book. It has the main plot points, the main characters, and the main themes. Yes, a lot of times movies have to cut certain things out and take out some nuances and change scenes so that it still makes sense in context. And that sucks a little bit, but at the same time, if they make it work, I think it can be okay. For example, in the Hunger Games movie, they cut Madge, which meant that she couldn't give Katniss the Mockingjay pin that was really important. So instead, Katniss found it herself in the black market, which was not how it happened in the book, but it still worked. They also got rid of the whole backstory with the redheaded Avox that Katniss recognizes. And that was kind of sad because I thought that was a really cool subplot. But at the same time, movies have time constraints and they made it work without it. But I mean, if I had gone in watching The Hunger Games and paid attention to every single detail that they missed, I would have probably hated the movie. Instead, I think the movie did a pretty decent job of capturing the essence of the book, and really that's all you can ask for with book-to-screen adaptations. Personally, I want to enjoy the movie, so I don't go in trying to be nitpicky, but that's just me. I totally get that some people go in with much higher expectations as to what's going to be in the movie, and I get that, but I try not to have unrealistic expectations for adaptations. As long as they don't totally massacre it, like a movie I won't name, Aragon, I'm relatively happy with it. But those are my thoughts, and I know opinions vary on this one, and there isn't really a right or wrong answer, so I want to hear from you guys. Do you find that you generally like book-to-screen adaptations? Tell me in the comments below. So that's all I've got for today. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys next week.